Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind the sweat and all, I just got off work. So the video you're about to watch, I almost just deleted it because everything went pretty much straight into crapper as soon as I started the job. But now we're going to go ahead and show you this video of plugging the tire, because what I do to plug the tire is the way to plug a tire. So if you're looking to figure that out, this video will help you. But you'll also see me completely screw up because I tried to save 5 minutes and ended up costing myself an hour and a thumb that's tore up. So this is about a week after I finished filming this. I cut this knuckle down to the bone and either broke the knuckle or sprained the knuckle. I'm not sure which, but I couldn't move it for a couple of days. Either way, all of that could have been avoided. So you're fixing to see this video, and I'm going to break into the video one more time and show you what I should have done rather than what I did. So let's get on with the video. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video on the Luderco Arms channel. I didn't expect to be making this video today, but if you look right here, you can see that tire is slack, and that's because we've got something in it. Now you'll see I've got the jack kind of under there, and I've got it jacked up here to give me some extra room to work. But first thing you got to do in order to plug a tire, which is what this video is going to be about, get something over here to set the camera on. Grab my stuff. Now I already know where this item is in this tire because I already found it. But if you've got a flat, you got to look around the tire and find where your leak is. And to do that, you use some Windex or other soapy water, and you can see right there all those bubbles coming up, and you wipe it away. You can see there's a nail head right there. So that's where our hole is. So we are going to plug this tire. So let me go get the plug kit and the air hose drug over here, and I'll show you how to do it. Be right back. All right, in order to do this, you're going to need a couple of tools. So you're going to need a plug kit. Now I have this one that I got off of Amazon. They make them all different kinds and all different things, but I highly suggest that you get one with the metal tools, because if you get the ones with the plastic handles, they're going to break. They're not that great. So right off, the first thing you're going to need out of your tire plug kit is this. This is your reamer. So have it handy. You're going to need that. And you're going to need a pair of side cutters. That's for getting this piece out of the tire that's stuck in there. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and put some air back in the tire. Bring it up to because you want some air in the tire, so when you pull the nail out or whatever it is and then stick your reamer in, you don't want the tire to go completely flat. So we're going to go ahead and fill this thing back up. I run 40 PSI in these back two tires on this truck. So that's what I'm going to put in it, or at least enough where I'm not going to blow all the air out while I'm trying to prep the hole for the plug. All right, so I got 30 pounds in there. That's enough to plug it, because I'm gonna have to fill it back up with air once we get done plugging it anyways. So before you pull the nail out, what you want to do is get your plug all set up and ready. So take the plug tool and a plug, and these things are sticky as all get out. You gotta peel these plastic back from it, and this thing is some old kind of sticky, and you basically have to thread the needle with it. You got to get it shoved up in there enough where you can grab it from the other side and pull it through, and you can wiggle it around and everything. It's kind of a pain to deal with, but you want to get it evenly in there, just like that. So when this goes down in the tire and you pull it back out, the end of this is split, and it'll pop over that and leave it in the hole. So you want that ready, setting to the side, not getting dirty. And then we're going to go over here to the tire, and we know where our piece of metal is. And this is the easiest way I've found to get that out of there, is to just use a pair of side cutters and kind of try to grab it and pull it out of there. What you want to do is pay attention to the angle or direction that the nail is down in the tire. And they can be sometimes a pain in the butt to get out of there. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one is trying to be that way. Okay. Right now in the video, you're seeing me try to save 5 minutes by not pulling that tire off, and costing myself about an hour's worth of work. So the correct way to do this whole thing, all of the stuff I do with the tools and everything, is how you would do it. But what I should have done was took the tire off, and the best way I've always found to do it is to go ahead and stick it between your knees right here with the hole sticking up, and then you have a straight direct shot to work the tools in and out of it without jerking it and busting your hand open on something. So that's one way. If not that, the other thing I could have done is, let me get my marker here and we'll set this up. So here's the fender opening in the bed of the truck. Oh. And here is our tire inside of this fender opening. Now you'll notice in the video that I have the hole in the tire sticking straight up, and I had already figured out I wasn't going to have enough space in here to work, so I took a jack and jacked the body up so that I got more space in between the top of the tire and the body to work in. What I could have done that would have been best was to pull the tire off to do it. The second best would have been to spin this tire around and put the hole here to work on. That way I could lay on the ground here and have a straight shot at it to work the tools in and out. But instead I chose to do it up here in this little bitty gap, trying to save 5 minutes. It was damn near impossible to work the tools properly. I finally got it done, but I struggled with it, and then ended up pulling the handle off of one of the tools. The set screw had come loose and sliced my thumb open to the bone, and you know, lost, basically just wasted a whole bunch of time trying to save 5 minutes. So the moral of the story is sometimes, and the other bad thing about it is, I have fixed tires on the vehicle literally hundreds of times. Hundreds. This time it just didn't go right. But if I, instead of I should have just spent the extra 5 minutes and took that tire off, and I would have been golden. The repair would have took half of the time, and I wouldn't have cut my thumb open and had to nurse this thing through working all week, which wasn't all that great, let me tell you. So anyways, we'll get back to the video now, but I just wanted to tell you all that. You'll see I cut my hand open and keep on working, and then have to stop and go get a bandage because it was bleeding all over the damn place. So moral of the story is, sometimes that time saver will cost you. So I should have pulled it off, and really the whole reason that it ended up getting my finger messed up and everything was it just didn't have a good angle to work on it. I should have took tire off. So we'll get back to the video. Hopefully it'll help some of y'all out, and you know, like I always, appreciate y'all liking and supporting the channel and all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next video, or after the end of this video. Y'all have a good one. Moved a little bit. Okay. Once you get it, oh man, it is in there good. Now you can see what sticking out there. So what you're going to want to do is kind of pay attention to the angle it's going in the tire, because as soon as you pop that out of there, you want to shove this thing right back in there so that you don't lose all your air right away. So I'm going to continue pulling this out. Now this is the tough part. Now you can see that's a finishing nail. That's what was in the tire. So now you've got to get this shoved down in there into the dang hole, and it can be a pain in the behind for sure. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I had to wipe my face off. Dang, sweat's dripping in my eyes. Wasn't expecting that. It's Sunday afternoon, getting on around supper time. I was walking the dog when I noticed this tire was flat, so. Alright, back to this. So what you want to do is keep working this in and out of here, and you'll have to twist it and get it down in there, and then pull up on it. And basically what you're doing is opening that hole up where your plug can get in. And this is why I don't buy the cheap plug kits with the plastic handles, because when those things break, it's not a good day. This one actually needs to be tightened back down. All right, so we are just about ready to try to get our plug in there. So, like I said, the biggest thing is the more of this you do, the easier it's going to be when you go to plug the tire. All right, once you've got it loosened up where you can get that in and out like that, then you get ready with your plug on your tool. And the same thing, you're going to pull this out and you're going to push this down in the same hole. So, and once you've got it on down in there, then you can pull. Well, get it down in there, and then you gotta hold down this piece and pull this piece back up. And what that should do is, now, all right, that's not wanting to be on the Do Right program. What is going on here? Let's try one. Put some more air in. This is a newer tool, and I may have to get my old one. Oh, god damn it. Yep. This fucking thing. Damn it. I'll be back. All right. So, I can tell you what's going on here is my mistake. I need to modify this tool like I did my other one. I'll show you what I'm talking about as soon as I can get it out of here, and hopefully leave the plug where it's supposed to stay. But there's a way to make this so that you grab something here. You can modify this tool so that you're not fighting it all the time. And I know how to do it, and I should have done it, but I didn't. So that's on me, but and I don't want to pull my plug back out of there. There we go. Okay. All right, our plug is in. Once you've got it in there like that, you take your side cutter and cut the ends sticking out. Now, you don't have to do this. They will wear off as you drive down the road. And that's probably what's going to happen, because these side cutters have seen better days. So, if you look at the tip of this tool, you'll see there's a very thin slot right there where this end here, let me see if I can show it to you. The end of this is open. See that? So what I had to do to my other one was file it out in there, make that gap a little bit bigger so that the plugs would slide through it. And that's what I'm going to have to do to this tool, I can tell already. Because wrestling it like that every time I need to use it is not going to cut it for me. So that's in there now. We can air up the tire. Now, obviously, a plug like this is not as good as patching the, taking the tire off and patching it from the inside. Of course, the air compressor is going to start up and make a bunch of racket. But I have been plugging tires as long as I have been driving cars, and I have never had a problem with it yet. Now, they won't work in the sidewall. You get a hole in the sidewall, you're pretty much done. But if it's in the tread area, I don't have any problem with the plugs. They seem to work fine for me. All right, so now we've got 40 PSI back in the tire. Put my cap back on down there. cut the noise maker off. So now that the tire is aired back up, we can get our bottle of Windex and double check this thing. So you spray you a bunch of Windex around there and look for it to be bubbling. I do not see any bubbling, so that looks good. So now all we got left is to try we'll see if a pair of scissors will cut that. Oh, I know you don't have to do it, but I always have, and it's just gonna bother me if I don't. There we go. That's better. There we go. No active bubbling. Good to go. So, that is how you struggle and hurt yourself to change a tire or plug a tire. It's actually most of the time not that hard. Now I kind of screwed myself because I didn't want to take the tire off. I kind of jacked the frame up back here and to give me some room in here, and what I should have done was jack that tire up and just took it off. It's a whole lot easier to do that way, standing over it, than it is doing it in the fender. And you know, once again, trying to take a shortcut screwed me over. But the tire is plugged, and so I won't walk out of the house tomorrow morning and have a flat tire and not be able to get to work. So that is it for that. Hopefully, well, I don't know if it's helped anybody. It's probably discouraged you from trying to do it, but it's not that hard to do, and it's a whole lot easier when you take the tire off and modify your tool like I was talking about. But yeah, that's it. So appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.